There are 27 games left for the Boston Celtics in the regular season, and then it's the race to try and become the first back-to-back champions since 2017. So I have a question. Is it time to panic about Jrue Holiday, who really hasn't played at all this month? He's been dealing with an injury, and he's starting to look a little bit like a shell of himself. And I'll be honest, yes, we do need to worry about the regular season this year because we're not first in the Eastern Conference. The Cleveland Cavaliers are. And the race to catch up with Cleveland, well, that's been going on all year. We really need Holiday for the postseason, but some regular season wins wouldn't hurt. So let me ask you guys this question here real quick before we hop into why I think Jrue Holiday is struggling this year. And that question is, are you panicking about Jrue Holiday? Or am I just being a drama queen, which I have been known to be one in the past? So go ahead and let me know. Type P for panic, type C for chill. Let me know if you're thinking Allie. This is not anything to worry about. Jrue Holiday can flip it on and off like a switch. Or P for panic, yeah, I've noticed an extreme decrease in his level of play this season. Let's get you guys up to speed on his injury update. Although it is all-star break, Jrue Holiday has not played since February 4th. He's been dealing with a lingering shoulder issue, and Joe Mazzula, who's very vague in a lot of his comments, won't give us a full answer as to whether or not this is an injury we need to worry about for the foreseeable future. When Joe Mazzula was asked about this long-term injury concern for Jrue Holiday, he goes, "Nothing is a concern, it's all an opportunity." And that's great, Joe. But I'm also wondering if Jrue Holiday is okay. But you also have that factor in there of just father time. 16 seasons in the NBA. I think a lot of us forget that Holiday's career started well before Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Milwaukee Bucks when he was with the Sixers and the Pelicans for many, many years. I mean, he's kind of old. And you're probably thinking, Allie, he's not even the oldest guy on the team. Al Horford is. Yeah, but Al Horford's not a starter. Sure, he starts sometimes, but we truly rely on Jrue Holiday on either ends of the baseline to start for us and play 32, 35 minutes a night. You're not asking that much from Al Horford. In just 1 year's difference, the first year for Jrue Holiday as a Boston Celtic compared to his second year, pretty much his sophomore season in TD Garden. Last year, we never really 110% relied on Holiday for his scoring, but 12.5 points per game, that's nothing I will complain about. 5 boards, 4 assists. He's a facilitator. He's a playmaker. 48% from the field, a whopping 43% from the three-point line, not even considering that he led the league in corner three-point percentage. And then you look at this year. And there are 5 things that come to my mind when I'm looking at this year's stats. Number 1, he is averaging the fewest minutes per game since 16 years ago when he was a rookie. The fewest points per game since he was a rookie, 11 points a game. Assists per game, lowest in his career at 3.7 a game. 3-point percentage is as low as it's ever been the last 6 seasons, and field goal percentage is the lowest it has ever been in the last 9 seasons of his NBA career. Things are drastically going downhill. When you watch him, Holiday has always been that off-box score type of player. So I'm not, sounding all alarms just yet, but I would be a liar if I wouldn't say at least one alarm has gone off in my head. And like I said in the beginning of this video, yeah, regular season games matter only so much, but they matter a lot this year because Cleveland looks unstoppable. And it's going to take every single player to help break through that wall. That is Jarrett Allen, Evan Mobley, Darius Garland, and Donovan Mitchell. Not to mention you got Jalen Brunson and Cat on your ass in the 3rd place in the Eastern Conference. When you look at a guy like Jrue Holiday, thankfully you don't rely on Holiday's stats the same way you do the Jays. But you do really rely on Jrue Holiday's defense in the postseason to wear out offenses. So I don't want Holiday to go up and down in the regular season and not have that stable, consistent play when it comes to April, May, and June. So I've got a couple of concerns about Jrue Holiday either just reaching father time or not living up to the standards that Boston saw him having when they gave him a 4-year contract extension this offseason. One more question here for you guys before I switch over to another player. Do the Celtics need Jrue Holiday to win the NBA Finals? Type Y for yes, type N for no. Mine's a yes. From what I saw last year it's a yes. Whether it's stealing the ball against the Indiana Pacers to score the last basket or prevent them from scoring, you need Holiday's defense, his rebounding, and his facilitating now more than ever. And I want to talk about another prominent three-point shooter on the Boston Celtics who has also been dealing with a little bit of injury and maybe not as consistent as he was last year, and that is Sam Hauser. Less of a role than Jrue Holiday does, but definitely still has a level of concern. Before I hop into that, let me tell you guys about our sponsor on Celtics Today by Chat Sports, and that is PrizePicks, the #1 daily fantasy sports app in America. I'm playing it, producer Alper's playing it, and over 10 million active users are playing it right now. It's the easiest part of my day, and let me tell you, a lot of stressful things go on in my day. All you guys have to do is just pick more or less. That's it. It is a 50-50 shot to win up to 1,000 times your cash when you pick more or less on a player's projected stats. And you can choose several different sports, several different players, collegiate or professional. And I'm even going to do a little bit of a mix and match. Welcome to the basketball break. That means I am now looking towards hockey games, which I'm going to be honest, this tournament they have going on, it's pretty electric. So I'm going to have Brady to have more than 2.5 shots on goals. And I'm going to have LeBron James, who is not slowing down a beat, to have more than 23.5 points. Pretty ironic. That's Jordan's number, but nonetheless. I always take the more. That's just how I like to play. So if you guys want to take the more or the less, go on ahead and make your picks or copy my own. You guys can go on ahead and download the PrizePicks app. Use promo code CLNS. This will give you guys $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. Download the PrizePicks app. Use promo code CLNS. This will give you guys $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks, run your game. The simple question at hand is Sam Hauser reliable this season? Last year when you watched Hauser play, it was almost a breath of fresh air coming off the bench, knowing that we're down 6, 8, 20 points. Hauser can come in and immediately drain a catch-and-shoot three, get TD Garden riled up, and we can start now chipping away at that deficit. Well, the simple answer and the short answer here is yes. Sam Hauser is reliable, but it's a very certain niche that the Celtics rely on Sam Hauser for, and that is his three-point percentage. The reason why I say yes is as follows. Sam Hauser has been a productive three-point percentage shooter throughout his entire basketball career. I'm not just talking NBA. I am talking Stevens Point High School, to Marquette, to Charlottesville, Virginia, to the G League, then to Boston. The last time he shot 40% from a three-point line was in high school. And I mean, 40% is not a bad percentage at all. But I do agree, if your main role is just catch and shoot threes, it probably should be a little bit higher than 40, and it hasn't been throughout the season. He just recently got back up to that 40% mark. And he said, look, there's ebbs and flows throughout the game, but I don't know if a lot of Celtics fans realize that just because he's a bench player, he has a very important role to the Boston Celtics, the same way Peyton Pritchard does, who's leading all odds to become the next sixth man of the year. Because did you guys know, with Sam Hauser's role coming off the bench, he not only plays really good defense, but those three-point percentages do matter. Sam Hauser is shooting 28 of 50 threes over his last 10 games. 56% from downtown over his last 10 games. The Celtics rely on that because they are undefeated when he makes 4+ threes in a season. When Sam Hauser scores over 20 points, the Boston Celtics are still undefeated at 5-0. When Sam Hauser scores, the Celtics win. And there are going to be defenses in the postseason that are going to try and take down the Jays and Derek Whites and Kristaps Porzingises. What makes the Celtics so lethal is PP, Sam Hauser, Al Horford, Torrey Craig, because they have sharp shooters that can follow up and take after the starters. But you have that same concern, the same with Jrue Holiday about the injuries. Sam Hauser had an undisclosed lower back injury that nobody knew about. And he's like, yeah, it kind of hurt me in the offseason. Well, he missed 3 games to start this season back to back to back because of that flare-up. He's been dealing with lower back injury throughout the entire season. Is this going to be a cause for concern in the postseason? We hope not. But thankfully, I love the All-Star break because it gives these guys a chance to sit down. Sam Hauser said this right before the NBA All-Star break, said, look, feel like I've been playing well for the last couple of weeks, so I'm feeling pretty good right now. Just feeling better overall in general in terms of my body. I'm sure not all of the pain is gone, but it sounds great to hear Sam Hauser saying, overall, I am feeling better. And I hope that continues moving forward because we're going to need both Sam Hauser and Jrue Holiday injury-free for the next 27 games and how many ever after that. I don't know how long it's going to take to get back to the NBA Finals. If you want more Hauser highlights, and I'm talking 4+ threes a game, baby, go on ahead and spam your 30s in the comment section down below. As always, if you guys haven't already, go on ahead and hit that sub button for me. Help us reach 50,000 subscribers here on Celtics Today by Chat Sports. All you guys have to do is hit that sub button.